Am I the asshole for not forcing this yoga student into a different mat spot? I have been teaching a yoga class at my local community center for about a year. Dave has been coming for about 6 months. Dave isn't the most in-shape guy, but he's always been very kind to me and does his best with the workouts. As I learned in my teacher training, I advise my students that if they need a break to practice their ujjayi breath with their head above their heart, not lying down, to avoid feeling dizzy. Dave often takes these breaks, sitting in Sukhasana until he feels ready to rejoin the class. He also always sits in the back, which is normal for my regular students to have a preferred mat location. The way that my class is set up is staggered rows, so you are not directly behind or next to anyone, but you are directly behind the person 2 rows ahead of you. The woman sitting 2 rows directly ahead of Dave approached me after class yesterday and said that she felt uncomfortable during class because Dave kept stopping to stare at her butt. She said that he should not be allowed back or written up. We don't have a write-up system. This isn't school. I explained what I said at the start of class about resting in Sukhasana and recommended that if she returned, she take a place at the back of the room so that no one could observe her posterior. She seemed a little annoyed, but thanked me coldly and left. My boss gave me a call today and said that I dealt with this complaint wrong and that I'm creating an unsafe space for women. She said that I should have called her, my boss, and that Dave should no longer be allowed at the back of the class. I'm fairly shocked at my boss's conclusion because I don't think it's fair to dictate where a client sits based on one complaint. Unsubstantiated too, I face the front of the classroom and have never observed this. And even if he was staring straight ahead of him, at her butt, I think that's a reasonable place for someone to look if they feel dizzy closing their eyes. I asked my boss if there was any other details that the woman added when they talked, and she was a bit cagey but said there wasn't. Let us know what you think in the comments.